Alright, we are group one. This is.
My name's Vanessa.
My name's Leo.
I'm Kat.
You just completely skipped me. I'm Elijah Edward Jaramillo.
And Melissa. Okay, I'm gonna start off. My book is on animal experimentation. It's split up into 5 different parts, all consisting of their own purpose. The purpose of the first part is to introduce the reader into a world of moral controversy of animal experimentation. Part 2 is to represent the significance of animal suffering. Part 3 consists of supporting points on why animal experimentation should be stopped. In Part 4, positions and proposals that have been made in the past are covered. And then the 5th and final part, the author talks about how humans contradict themselves at times. The two main parts or the two main arguments that are made is what I focused on in the beginning. The first one that I encountered was animal rights. The author uses an article to explain his views on why he thinks that they don't have rights. He claims that in order to be capable of acquiring rights, one must have the capacity of comprehending the rules and laws and being able to follow these rules. The second point that was talked about was how animals don't feel pain. Some supporting points that were used were how humans have physical and mental pain. They will yell in agony and act if something is hurting them because they can't feel pain. And they feel grief of loss, dissatisfaction, lovesick, and homesick. So that is basically what my review was about.
Right. Well, my review is on Abraham Lincoln, which is Killing Lincoln by Bill O'Reilly. And part 1 is pretty much, the argument is pretty much, there's no argument, it's just pretty much Lincoln on his last days. So up to his death, when he became president, up to his death pretty much. And how he struggled from turning the whole nation Union against the Confederates. And all the struggles he had to face through president. And we see president as just a title, but it's just like a really big job and stressful. And how it changed his life, physically and mentally, leading to his death, where he was shot in the theater. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Alright. Well, my essay was on hip hop and its influence today. And my author, Adam Bradley, whose book is The Book of Rhymes, The Poetics of Hip Hop, he talks about how people misunderstand hip hop and don't know exactly what it is, and they just give it a title and judge it without getting to know the true meaning behind it. And throughout his book, he gives specific examples of rappers and poets and their views, but tends to overlook the specific people who criticize and oppose hip hop. And yeah, pretty much I have the same thing with my parents. My parents think it's just a whole bunch of crap, and I just love it. And I agree with Adam Bradley.
My book is "And the World Remains Silent" by Eli Wiesel. His it's an Holocaust autobiographical. His book is about the experience he felt as he was separated from his family, as in he was taken to Auschwitz, the worst Holocaust camp there was. And during the whole out the book, he's pretty much talking of how his whole belief was changed, and as when the world ended, his argument was, why did the world remain quiet? Why do you try to forget what happened to us Jews? He tries to bring, like, if information to the people of why, and he tries to really get to you through his voice, his tone as an old man throughout the whole book. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my book was also about the Holocaust called Four Perfect Pebbles. And it's about a family of four who basically goes through all these hardships and like challenges to get through the Holocaust. And they moved all over. They moved to Russia, and then eventually moved to America, where they lived in New York with relatives, and then moved to Illinois, where they began a normal life and everything. The main argument is, or not really an argument, but the main, throughout the story, the author expresses personal concepts and emotion during the Holocaust, but she doesn't really explain her personal emotions and hardships. It basically just allows the reader to believe what the reader wants to believe.
Yeah. And that concludes our group. What up, group 1?
Yeah.
A pluses for everyone.